Hello guys, this is Suraj Rasar here. Now let's start with our last remaining unit, that is the unit which is based on m-commerce and m-payment systems. Okay, very interesting topic this one, because day-to-day life we are using the applications based on same technology. That is what is m-commerce, what is mobile payment system, and so on. So this last unit includes sub units. Okay, so I'll try to cover up all subunits of the last unit, including with the three major points. Okay, so you can see here the first main point is introduction to m-commerce. Then next subunit, that is major point in the sixth unit, is m-commerce application working through types of transaction routes. Okay, I'll let you know what is this. Is very interesting, even though and day-to-day life based on the same types, even though we are using applications also. And last, that is third subunit based on this one, is nothing but its actual working, that is how does the m-commerce application works. Okay, so I have drawn few architectures also. Okay, so once you will understand how this m-commerce application works, you will automatically understand how actually you are buying any product or any services through online mode, and in a very easy way, just using your smartphones also you can buy anything. So basically this is 11 this notes includes 11 pages. Okay, so I'll try to go step by step, and trust me, it is really very interesting topic. Day-to-day life you are using its applications also. Yes, I can understand that there are so many applications we are using in day-to-day life. Like some applications are based on social networking, some applications are based on gaming purposes, some applications are based on m-commerce basically, and some applications are based on some banking services also. Okay, so now basically in this unit, the theory is focused on how does the m-commerce works, and how does it is different from e-commerce, and which kind of comfortness has been created through m-commerce application, and how does the user can rely on such kind of m-commerce applications to buy any product through online platform, that is through online web links and so on. Even though same thing you can do through any websites or through links also, that is through which you can buy any product using network or internet also. Okay, so let's start with traditional things, that is how does anybody can buy product or services. So before starting with this thing, first of all, just try to understand what is product and what is services. So basically what is product is, if you are buying actual object or any item, that is it might be any book, any, even though any smartphone or any laptop, any electronic goods, so on. So many products are there. So basically this is nothing but actual material based item which user can buy from any shop or any market. So this is nothing but actual product, okay, which you can use in day-to-day life and so on. So basically this is little bit management related information, that is what is product and so on. And next thing is what I said is as a services. Okay, so in day-to-day life we are using some mobile network based services, like it might be sending SMS, it might be using internet, it might be calling and so on. So some kind of services has been described under your ISP's network, or basically under your ISP. So your internet service provider offers some kind of services which user can access, user can utilize and user can use also for the day-to-day life activity. And basically those services may have certain rules, regulations, policies and so on. So in traditional days, to buy such a kind of products and services, some you need to physically visit to the market or shop and you need to buy something. Then only you will be able to buy or purchase any product or services. So this was a traditional approach when online thing was not available to buy any product or services. Further, what comes is e-commerce, that is using internet. Okay, through your web browser you just need to type any URL or any website or any link. Okay, then you will have the user interface where you can see the number of objects are available or number of items are available or number of goods are available. You can select the required good product or any services also, and you will be able to purchase or buy such kind of services. So this was e-commerce. You have already learned what is e-commerce. Okay, now further the term m-commerce comes. Okay, now basically what is m-commerce is, first thing is, till today we have already seen how does your internet works, how does your smartphone works, even though how does a number of services has been utilized or used by the end user, that is a smartphone user. Okay, so basically through your smartphone, through that is using your smartphone through your mobile network or internet, basically you can buy or purchase any product or any services, any service. Okay, through just your smartphone only. So this term is related to the m-commerce. So basically if you try to understand any e-commerce or m-commerce related thing, very important thing is, if you are buying a product or if you are buying any service, then obviously the financial transaction comes, which is a very very important point, and even though challenge also in nowadays. So obviously there will be a exchange of funds between the buyer and between the seller. Even though same thing was happening in traditional days also, like if you have tried to buy something, if you have visited to the any market or any shop, then there will be a financial transaction between the shopkeeper and the buyer, that is you, it's you indirectly, that is the end user or user. So in m-commerce also same thing is done through online mode, that is through smartphone. In short, you can buy any product or services, and obviously the important part here is nothing but the financial transaction. Okay, then only it will be fulfilled, that is then only after certain steps only the user will be able to buy any product or services. Okay, now very simple example. Okay, like if you visit Flipkart website through your smartphone, okay, then if you are buying something, and obviously while buying it you need to perform financial transaction also. Okay, so in short, in that case you will be a buyer and the seller will be, in short, the the merchant, or say the seller who is selling that product. So in short, there will be a financial transaction between you and the seller itself. Okay, so through a smartphone, in short, managing financial transaction is very important point nowadays also. So this is what is m-commerce is. Okay, now why does m-commerce? Okay, so so many benefits are there, even though you can see here, or you can utilize also your knowledge, like what would be the possible m-commerce benefits and so on. Even though while learning our first unit, that is introduction to mobile computing, also we have seen a lot of applications, benefits, even though some we have already compared also, even though the traditional approach and the m-commerce approach also. So basically, in short, it saves time, cost, and funds also, in short. Okay, so basically there are so many benefits. Some benefits relies on some time saving feature, some importance relies on the cost saving feature, and some importance relies on the social benefits also. Okay, under social benefits, like due to this thing, some uh, you know uh, um, the actual transport may be avoided, that is user no need to visit to the shop or any marketplace, and user don't need to buy anything directly. User can just only while sitting at the home, the user will be able to buy anything through internet, and within some time the actual product will be delivered. Yes, obviously for products delivery some kind of transport is required, but at least some kind of transport through this m-commerce in short system can be avoided. So this can be one kind of a benefit. So that's why m-commerce is day-to-day life, it is very useful. So just try to go through the notes provided by me while learning our first unit, what are the actual benefits of mobile computing. So you will find some applications are related to related to the m-commerce. Okay, now next thing is what is m-commerce application. Okay, so here very important thing, that is it is fine that first thing is, remember, you can do the m-commerce or you can use m-commerce through your web browser also. It's not like you can just only buy any product through you can buy any product using m-commerce through a particular application or software only. Okay, so basically using your web browser also, you can go to the particular link, you can visit the link, and you can buy or purchase any product or service. So what is important, or what is major difference between m-commerce and e-commerce is just try to understand. Through m-commerce, okay, even though your network is changed, okay, automatically the corresponding server who is representing a particular m-commerce site may change its behavior also accordingly. That is, even though if you are changing your current location, based on which your network setting might be changed. Okay, as we already learned how does the mobile network works, in which how what is the major difference between the our mobile network and a stable network is. Okay, so where e-commerce is specially used, where the mobile network may not be included within it, and the m-commerce is used where the network may be changed, or through a certain software or application you are buying something. So basically what is m-commerce application in this case is buying any product or services through a particular m-commerce application. Very simple example, you can consider the Flipkart application, Amazon application. Those are specially designed for your smartphones, and through which the user can buy goods, products, or services also. Okay, so basically this is nothing but application. Now don't get confused. Okay, there are so many types of m-commerce applications also. Further we will see. Okay, that is in you can see over here this is a diagram, and basically there are three types of user applications through which the user can do the m-commerce based transactions, or mobile payment system can work. Okay, so later on we will see. First of all, just try to cover up the introduction to m-commerce part. So m-commerce application can be you can consider the examples, very simple example like Flipkart, Amazon, then PhonePe also. PhonePe is also one kind of m-commerce application. And okay, just try to listen it again. And the applications which are specially designed by the banking sector also, that is if you are using SBI's application, or if you are using Canara Bank's application, or if you are using HDFC application, so those are considered as m-commerce applications also. Okay, so obviously I hope at least you are thinking about the types of applications, might be relying on the type of the application which is used by the user, like e-commerce, that is Flipkart is different application, PhonePe is different type of application, and obviously third one is actual SBI's mobile banking application is different one. So okay, later on we will see the types of m-commerce applications. Now what is m-commerce gateway application? Okay, very interesting thing this one is. So basically directly our normal application, that is if you consider any m-commerce application, like say Flipkart application. Okay, so through this Flipkart application, if you are buying something, okay, so further this Flipkart application is connected to the payment gateways basically. Okay, so in short, this payment gateway is nothing but who deals with banking directly. In short, this payment gateways are nothing but the the middleware between the merchant, or say the particular service provider, or say the particular seller, in short. Okay, see, basically who are the rulers in this total transaction, that is m-commerce transaction, is like your end user who is buying the product, the seller who is selling the product, and after that the payment gateways comes. So payment gateways are nothing but through which your transaction is done, and indirectly those payment gateways are connected to the banks directly. Okay, so those payment gateways only will have rights to do the transaction, and only those payment gateways will be registered within the banks, that is the list of banks only. Okay, so we will see further again this part in more detail, what is payment gateway. So basically what is m-commerce gateway application is nothing but very simple example. Your PhonePe is one kind of m-commerce gateway application through which user can directly create the account within that basically without that payment gateway based application like PhonePe, where you can directly create the account and you can do the financial transaction through this payment gateway based applications also. Okay, you can consider your Paytm also, where you can directly transfer the funds also. So in short, always remember the payment gateways are the the gateways who are only directly connected to the banking sector. Okay, so only payment gateways will have rights to do the financial transactions only. Okay, very simple example like PhonePe and Paytm. There are some another gateways also, okay, which are used while making any financial transactions through the seller only. Okay, actually merchant is nothing but the seller. Later on we will see what is merchant. Okay, so this is nothing but what is m-commerce gateway application.